guys, this is your reading for Thursday the 11th of January. Thanks for joining me. I'm using the Witch's Tarot for today's reading. Let's have a look at what's coming up for you today. What energy you'll be working with. So we have the Fool, the Six of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. Okay. Interesting. Lots of kind of contradictions there. First of all, the Fool is the first and last card of the major arcana. And look how cute this dog is. He is adorable. I've never seen this kind of dog in the Fool card. He's so cute. Okay, so the Fool represents a young man who's kind of taken all of his possessions on this little sack. And we all know that that isn't going to last him very long. So he's not prepared. He doesn't know what the real world has in store for him, really. He's kind of walking on the edge of a cliff here. It's dangerous in terms of what he's doing. But often in life, you know, when you're very young and you take all of these risks, that later on you can see all of the cliffs and you can see all of the pitfalls. Oftentimes, because people who are ignorant of the things that potentially could go wrong do very well and take these huge, massive risks and succeed as a result. So the Fool is kind of something that works both ways. In a sense, it's a conception of a new idea, looking up at the sky and, you know, being here in this realm of fantasy and thinking, this is what I want to do with my life, and having no concept of how that's actually going to look. So for instance, he might want to be a trapeze artist, okay? But he's never had any training, and that's his desire, and he's taking his little dog and he's going to go find a circus to join. But whether he has any aptitude for that is yet to be determined. So the good thing about the Fool is that it allows you to dream, and it allows you to kind of look outside of your existing circumstances and to look at what potentially you could do. And if we're always very grounded and practical and we see all the pitfalls, then, you know, yes, we're more informed, but often it can stop us from taking any kind of action. And sometimes we do have to take risks, and sometimes we do have to be foolish to get things sorted out or to get things started. And the thing is that the planet and the universe that we live in rewards people who take risks. That's one of the laws of the universe. That's what happens. So we have the real capacity for you to look beyond your existing and practical circumstances and to really dream the dream and see what it is you can do that would really be fulfilling, whether it's practical or not. The next card is the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups, we can see these two children playing by this wonderful little well fountain there outside of the farm, and they're making little flowers and they're putting them in the chalices, and it's all very cute and adorable and innocent and childish and genuine. The Six of Cups is really about connecting with someone in a very innocent, pure and genuine level. So what I'm getting here today is that you have all of these grand notions and ideas about what you could do with your life, and you share that with someone else. You may share that with someone else, and that may not go down very well, in the sense that the other person may either have some sort of hidden agenda or may know something that you don't, and they will influence your decision by keeping things a secret from you and not sharing that information. And the reason I say that is because we have the Eight of Swords here, and the Eight of Swords is a woman who's been ostracized from the society that she lives in, and she's been placed on the other side of the lake and surrounded by swords, almost like a prison, and she's been blindfolded and told to stand there, and, you know, this is someone who's being punished. Swords have to do with ideas and thinking, so it's almost like you have had the nerve to dream of maximizing your potential or becoming the person you really want to be. And somewhere in your life, either your ego doesn't want you to achieve that because it would actually mean that you achieve your soul mission, your life purpose, or there may be other people in your life who see that genuine desire in you, and rather than nurture it and develop it and help it grow, like these children need nurturing and support so that they can become the adults that they're meant to be, instead of nurturing that, someone says, okay, we're not going to let that happen. We're not going to allow this to go ahead, and we're going to marginalize this person or punish this person or put them off the track in an attempt to keep them in line and to keep them as part of the convention, and we don't want this person thinking for themselves. So we're going to break their spirit by isolating them and creating negative circumstances for them so that they learn and they come back into the fold and that they give up on their own hopes and dreams. That's the big important thing. So what's happening is that you're very much in touch with your own genuine spirit today, your desire for change, your desire to live the kind of life that you're truly meant to live. But what's happening is that there are a lot of external circumstances which, one, you're not aware of, other people's agendas, maybe jealousy, resentment, relationship kind of demands, that then will have an influence, and that will attempt to block you from achieving your genuine, truthful, and really innocent and fragile desires. You know, if you have a dream, like for instance, when I first started doing what I do now, it was kind of given to me through a meditation practice. I was told to start putting the daily reading on YouTube, and I didn't really think much of it. But as it started to progress, and it started to look like I could fulfill my dream and do this as my career, as my work, I really looked at this and I became very protective of it, and I thought, wow, I finally found something in my life that I actually genuinely care about, and I'm going to protect that because I don't want it to be destroyed by other people, or I don't want it to be taken away from me. And I didn't tell anyone really that I was doing what I was doing for 3 years, because I knew I was going to be criticized, and I knew I would be challenged, and that other people would try and put their opinions and their views on top of what I was doing, and it was irrelevant to me. What I wanted to do was to safeguard the thing that I cared about. So my way of dealing with that was to simply not share it and to keep it to myself. And I think on this day, if you have something that is really something that's heartfelt and that you really want to go ahead with, and that might seem risky, and other people may say, oh, don't be so stupid, you'll never make it, it'll never happen, you're going to lose your home, you're going to lose all your money, you'll not be able to pay your mortgage. Because that's the kind of thing people say. You know, people say, don't make changes, we want everything to stay the same. You know, even in relationships often, it's so surprising that a lot of family members, if you break up with your partner or something like that because you're not happy, rather than support you, what I've noticed is what happens a lot of the time is that family members will say, oh, just get over it, and you don't need to be happy all the time, just stay in the relationship, because those other family members want stability, or they want to keep that brother-in-law or sister-in-law in their lives. You know, other people have their own reasons for doing things. And often your happiness and your well-being isn't on top of their priority list. And that's an unfortunate truth. So if you do find yourself doing something that you really care about, make sure that you only share that with someone you genuinely trust, and someone who isn't going to criticize you, and someone who isn't going to repeat all these negative messages and all of these conventional ideas that will keep you in line. So either go out on your own mission and discover something for yourself and explore what it is you care about, which is something which is within reach today. You can certainly achieve that. And if you do find something like that, then be very selective in who you share it with. If you do share it, ideally, you don't share it with anyone else. You think about it by yourself, and you decide, rather than go back and live in this town, you decide to take the blindfold off and to build another settlement on this side of the lake, where you can be yourself and where you can thrive and where you can attract people who like what you're doing from this town and from other towns. So it's about really making yourself more independent and not letting yourself be criticized and letting that criticism destroy your dreams and your hopes and your passions and your desires. And that's the risk today. that you can really let other people crush you. 0 and 6 is 6, and 8 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5, and 5 is about freedom in numerology. So you have the freedom to dream and to actualize yourself and to become the person you want to be. And the forces that be will say, no, you can't. You have to be an accountant, or you have to be married, or you have to do this and A, B, and C, and you can only wear lavender because that's your color. You can't wear blue. So you have the freedom to do whatever you want with your life, and you have the freedom to share what you're doing with people, and you're under no obligation to inform anyone of what you're doing. It's your choice. You have as much right to your own opinion and your own desires and what you care about, the same as everyone else. So don't let yourself be boxed in, and don't let yourself be discouraged by the demands of other people. That's the big lesson today. And if you stick to your guns and your own ideas, you'll really succeed. And it may be a risk, but it's much more likely to succeed. And that, you know, if you're taking something that you really care about and it's risky and it actually does end up succeeding, then you're in a position where it's like, oh my God, I'm so happy and thrilled that I did this by myself. Because now I get to do a job, for instance, that I love every day. Or I get to be the person I've always wanted to be, and I get a great sense of satisfaction from that. So you have the freedom to do whatever it is you like. Remember that, and don't let yourself be bullied or you know, let someone else do your thinking for you. It's time to stand up for yourself and to say, this is me and this is how I'm going to do me today. So I hope you have a wonderful day. It seems very liberating and empowering. If you'd like a private reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. In my readings, I use astrology, tarot, and numerology. The astrology gives me a blueprint of your soul. It shows me what your life purpose is, what your vocational aptitudes are. And I can look at what's coming up in future in your love life, your health, your finances and career, spiritual progress, relationship compatibility, and I can answer any questions you may have. So if you're interested in that, then please do visit the website. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.